Welcome everyone to the 42nd episode of the Pear Tree podcast.
Hello.
Welcome to Lokrum, Luke.
Thanks.
I actually didn't even recognise you. What are you wearing?
It's my Halloween costume. I'm dressed as the scariest thing that I can think of in the game, which is a jock.
Yeah, that is scary. And shoes as well.
You like it?
Can't believe it. It's good. It's probably the best costume for you.
I thought that Abel's would have tons of Halloween costumes in, but they didn't really.
Yeah, I've been struggling to get some back because I sold all mine last year because I had the full catalogue out, but yeah, it's not, or maybe it's because I'm not looking for it or not sharing with other islands. Oh yeah, I've got the hats in or the wings in or kicks and things like that.
That's true, yeah. But I think if I'd have thought about it earlier, I could have been ordering bits and pieces from my own catalogue, but I didn't. But I went into Abel's this morning expecting it would be a bit spooky because they're all wearing their cute costumes now, aren't they? The Dodos and Isabel.
Yeah. Nook brothers.
And the Nooklings. Yeah, they're all wearing their cute little headdresses, hats and things. So I thought they'd have some spooky stuff, but it wasn't very inspiring. And I saw this t-shirt and I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna dress up as a jock.
That's funny.
So you've got 4 jocks on your island right now, I guess.
Yeah. How lucky am I? As long as you don't talk about muscles, we'll be good.
I can't see it happening. My little guy doesn't look very muscular there, actually, does he?
Oh, you should have worn the muscle suit if you had it.
Yeah. I think I got one as a gift this week. You get one as a gift like every week, right?
I've not had a muscle suit this year, I don't think. I remember getting them a lot last year because I did wear them a bit for certain things.
Oh, I'll have to bring you one.
No thanks. So what's been happening in Re Albi? Obviously getting ready for Halloween if you're dressing up already.
Yeah, I was wearing my Magic Academy outfit today. That's like one of my favourite Halloween costumes, the red, cool, hooded robe thing.
Oh yeah, I like it.
I really like that. So yeah, I've been walking around in that and just putting pumpkins everywhere. I actually got the spooky carriage out today and put that in my little plaza place.
I really like the carriage, but it's really big.
It's so big. I don't know, you only got it like at the very end of Halloween last year, so never got a chance to use it. So I thought I better get it out and put it somewhere. But I saw it on someone else's island and thought it looked really cool, so I wanted to get a few days use out of it. And everybody's got sweets outside their house now, which is the most important part about Halloween, I think.
So what have you put outside their house? The sweet set or like the little treats basket thing?
The one that's almost like a sort of table placement.
Right, okay. With the candy apple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I don't know if it's chocolate or what.
And they've all got a little spooky lantern as well. I think the lighting is incredible. Like it looks amazing when it's dark and you see all the little orange lights everywhere. They've done a great job on Halloween, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've been so excited for Halloween since last Halloween. I think, as you said, because we got a lot of the stuff at the end, like Jack gave you recipes. I think it was for the wall and the floor, the carriage. So yeah. I never got to decorate because as soon as November 1st came, Halloween was over.
Yeah, right. Do you want to hear about my spooky room that I made?
You made a spooky room?
I made a spooky room, yeah.
In your own house or in one of your other characters?
No, in my own house. I was thinking that I might make it like a spooky attic. And I was imagining that someone would like live up there. So I started decorating, and like definitely the scariest items that I had in my storage were all the Bunny Day things. So I started making some, I don't know, I guess it was going to be like Zipper's room or something like that.
Layer.
But I wanted to have like all kind of cobwebs and hidden little partitions and just a sort of spooky attic bedroom really. But the more I decorated it, the more this kind of natural theme started emerging. And I think it might be something to do with the fact that I've watched maybe like 100 episodes of Buffy in the last kind of month. But I ended up making a kind of like a ceremony.
An altar?
Not an altar, but it involves all of the bunny bushes.
Oh, right, okay. A summoning. Oh my God. Yeah.
And I've made it look like they're performing some sort of barreled worshipping ceremony.
I'm going to need to see this.
I'm sure it must be related to all the ceremonies that they have in Buffy, because I've been having Buffy dreams as well recently. Do you know what? I don't know if you've ever watched Buffy, but it's a lot more scary than I remember when I watched it first time around as a teenager.
I'll need to maybe rewatch it. I watched it as a teenager as well.
I did really love it as a teenager, and I'm enjoying watching it again. But I think that's where it came from. So I'm not sure what the bunnies are up to. I think they're trying to summon Barreled back to live on Re Albi.
Ah.
Like it doesn't seem very occult. It's quite I don't know, it's quite a reverential ceremony. There's lots of candles. That's why I was asking everybody to send candles.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see if it works. I don't know.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
That was just really fun, and I was glad to get inspired. And I think that I'm going to love doing weird little projects like that when we have a happy home paradise, and you can actually have the real villagers in there as well.
I can't wait for that. Although it's just so soon as well. Like it's going to be out in a week. Less than a week.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be a week's time. A game changer.
Do we know, is it just animals that are on your island or just amiibos, and can you get more than one in a house? I know there's a picture of 2. Is it that definitely you can
Yeah, that's definite. They said roommates, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what it was. You know, I pointed, I think you shared a picture and it looked like it was downstairs, like Static and
Spike.
They look like they were downstairs. Does that mean there's people upstairs?
I don't think that's been confirmed yet, but somebody else shared a picture of a clip from the direct where it said a one room.
Right.
So I think that certain properties are more than one room.
Right.
So you might get upstairs, downstairs, you might get second rooms off to the side, I'm not sure, but...
Because they looked like they were sharing the basement, but... Because it did look like the basement with the stairs coming down.
Yeah.
Or surely you wouldn't walk into the house and it would take you downstairs.
Yeah, maybe there's different configurations, I don't know. But I think you might have to unlock that by playing some of the game. You might need to do a few kind of tutorial houses before you can get to the ones where you can have roommates and multiple floors and things like that.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
But I love the idea that you could have maybe a living space downstairs, and then upstairs in the attic you could partition off 2 bedrooms or something like that. There's so many possibilities.
That's probably what it is, isn't it? 2 rooms for 2 villagers, but you can bunk them together and just have one common room.
We briefly mentioned putting Barreled and Graham back together last week, didn't we?
Yes. Have
you got any...
Have I got anybody that I would like?
Any roomies that you'd like to see living together?
I don't know. I had a couple of crankies that were good together, so I think I would stick crankies together. Or I think you could stick a cranky and a peppy together, and you go in and they're just chatting all the time and just annoying each other.
What, the odd couple?
Yeah.
Having a struggle to get on together?
Yeah. That was quite funny.
Those 2 argue a lot in the game, right?
Yeah. I think it's more, friendly banter. I think they're not too serious.
Yeah, they kind of don't understand each other very well. I was wondering maybe you could have, you could make a peppy pop group if you got the right combo together.
Are you already thinking ketchup on someone? Is that why you're mentioning that?
Maybe. Maybe I like the idea of some singing duo sensations. I kind of always see Tabby as a solo star and maybe Ketchup as a solo star as well, but there's definitely a few peppy pop stars you could put together. Rosie and Mary, a cat duo.
That would be cool.
That could be fun.
Well, honestly, I'm just still trying to think who I would put, because you just said like Tabby's a solo, and I can't imagine putting her with anybody else bar Coco.
No.
And that would be like just for the reason that they stay on the same island and they're just having a wee girls' holiday away, because they're like my permanent residents.
That would be nice anyway, though, right?
Yeah.
That they're mates and they just want to go on holiday together. I guess I've been thinking about it more in terms of it being like kind of permanent installations like that exist, you know, like I know that it's sold as being this happy home paradise and you're making vacation homes for people.
Yeah.
But in my mind, this is more like where people live that don't live on my island anymore.
Ah, right, okay. That you might have
Because
wanted
you can,
to stay.
yeah, because you can save the rooms that you make and go back and visit them anytime. It just feels to me like it's natural, like, oh, that person doesn't live on my island, but this is their house that
Right.
I can go and visit whenever I fancy. I love that thought.
No, I'm very excited for that. I think I think it's still a lot, because we're going to get all these new items next week. But then you've got a whole new game to play with as well, basically.
Yeah, it's going to be overwhelming. I think you're just going to have to go in a bit at a time and just see what happens. It's going to be tricky to get your head around everything at once.
Have you pre-ordered the... Can you pre-order it? What's the deal? I've not even looked at it, because I'm thinking I'm just waiting until that day.
You will be able to pre-order it when this episode is released, I believe.
Right.
So I think it's the 29th that it's pre-orders, but we do have the family enhanced Nintendo subscription thingy already. So in theory, I kind of have sort of pre-ordered it, but...
What do you mean?
Well, because it's free with the new Nintendo Online subscription.
Oh, right. The new one.
Yeah, so there are going to be 2 levels. The current one where you can just play online is going to stay the same price. You get the SNES and the NES games for free. And then there's going to be a more expensive one where you get the online. You also get Mega Drive and N64 games, and you get the Happy Home Paradise DLC for free as well.
Ah, right, okay. It's just when you said the family membership, because I've got the family online for this, but it's not the new one.
Yeah, so if you upgrade your family package to the enhanced, I think it's called, then you'll get that for free.
Ah,
well,
right.
for free.
Well, you're
You
still
obviously
paying
have
for
to
it,
pay
yeah.
more, so it's not very free, but you get other stuff for it as well. I imagine that's something, other DLC will be free in that package in the future, and that's why they're doing it this way.
Yeah.
It would be weird if this was the only free bonus, or maybe they're just throwing this one in just to entice people to pay the extra subscription.
Yeah, or it might be for other... They might, though, just change it for other games as well, add-ons for other games, because obviously the membership isn't just for Animal Crossing, it's for all Nintendo Online, so they might just switch up the games. It might be Animal Crossing this time, but something next update.
Yeah. So how's your island life been this week? Have you been just decorating for Halloween as well?
It's been hectic. I have been decorating.
Hectic?
Yeah, it's just I've had 2 new villagers. I had a campsite visitor the other day, and it was Caesar.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a cranky.
Amazing. He's a great cranky.
He looks amazing. Like, well, I actually thought he was a joke at first. I think it's just been stereotyping them, but he was, because obviously he's a gorilla, like he's huge, or an 8, whatever. But he had I thought it was a number shirt on, but it's a later shirt. He's got like a big blue A on it, blue shirt with A on it. And I thought he was a jock, but he was a cranky, which I'm quite glad of because he looks amazing.
He was on my long list. There were quite a few people on my long list, but he was on my long list of amiibo to scan in this week. So I'm glad that I didn't pick him, seeing as you picked him. We talked last week about having Cherry come and visit, so I started looking through my amiibos to make a little list of people that could possibly move in. And he was on that list, and a few others as well. We haven't done the Cherry move in yet, have we?
No, I think you were moving in, a couple of people in and out, and I had a space as well, but you had a movement already, didn't you, this week?
Oh, I could have done it though.
Yeah. I think it was the day after Caesar had moved in, and then Daisy asked to leave, which was quite sad because Caesar replaced Blair, and then I could have been getting rid of some jocks, but they chose my only sweet and snooty, so I went island hopping instead. After Daisy left, I went with my second character actually, and I just went and took the first animal that was on the island, and it was Portia.
Oh, sweet.
So that was a dog at the same time, but she's a snooty, so I'm quite glad that I've got someone that another personality like Blair.
Yeah.
But she's just moved in yesterday, so I don't know what her house is like. I've not even seen Caesar's house. Only know that he's got like this is it skyline or city line walled. It looks like he's on top of like a
penthouse.
Yeah,
kind
it
of
looks
thing.
quite classy. And outside his house is orange, so it just fits perfect with like Halloween. It's a bit I think it's a bit like Butch's house, because I'm sure Butch had a orange house, and I remember him. He was here last Halloween.
Yeah,
but I've not seen what his furniture's like. But I think it would be quite nice because he's called Caesar for one. He says Highness, and
you think it's going to be palatial?
No, just because he could. Oh no, actually, I think he's going to have like Ironwood stuff in it, or maybe he will have that. It's just I thought he would have had a different wall. If he was, it'd be more like Elvis's house. He had that.
So is he taking over the florist?
Oh, yeah, that's why it's been a bit hectic, because I've had to kind of disassemble Blair's garden shop, flower shop, which was quite sad to do. But that did free up some space to move Daisy's house, well, now Portia's house, onto the main island with all the other residents.
Oh, nice. So that's taken up some of the garden space that was there before?
Yeah, I've had to take away. I've took away the basic flowers like the reds, whites and yellows. I don't think I even had white actually. I've took them away because I can always buy them. I just wanted to keep at least one of each hybrid. So it has downsized a bit, and I think I'm going to need to change it. But it's just temporary just now while I've got Halloween going on.
Right. Have you been giving the villagers all little Halloween bits and pieces?
Yeah, I've sent them treat baskets. I've been actually just sending them in the mail because it was just taking forever trying to find everyone. So I was sending treat baskets in the mail. I think some spooky lanterns.
Nice. Are they putting them up inside?
I've not seen any, to be honest. Tabby's the only one I've seen with spooky lantern, but I don't even know if that's the same one, because it's the same one she had last year. It's like in the same spot as she had one last year.
Nice. Yeah, all my lot have got a little spooky lantern outside and a little basket of sweets as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have so much Halloween stuff that I'm going to need to sell, because it's... I don't think I've went as overboard as last year. Or maybe I have, because I've been able to buy everything and craft more things. Yeah. But have you been buying candy?
Mm-hmm.
I've got so much candy in my storage, but I still go in and buy one, as if I'm like wasting it if I don't.
Yeah, me too.
See, because you're limited to one.
I think I said I had like 68 last week. I'm only at like 70 something this week. But this morning I did use 30 of them to make everybody one of the treat baskets for outside their houses.
Ah, right, okay.
So that put a nice dent in them. And the rest will go on trick-or-treating, hopefully. Seeing you in your cat costume there reminds me of... did a little trip to Harves this week. Yeah, it was really cool turning up at his house and just like imagining that it's going to be this bustling plaza that you go to all the time soon. But I did a little scene with Kiki, the villager.
Oh, the little black cat.
Yeah. And we dressed up as Kiki and Gigi from Kiki's delivery service and did a little photo shoot at Harves, which was really fun.
I've seen, is that the pictures you posted on the Discord and for a Halloween competition? They were great.
That's right, yeah.
Is that someone you've had on your island before? Kiki?
No, I've just got her amiibo, so... And she looks just like Gigi from the movie, and I'm guessing that's where her name Kiki comes from.
Yeah. Ah, right, okay.
I've always assumed that.
Yeah, I think there's always a reason for the names. Maybe not everyone gets them, but I think there's always a reason behind their names.
It was fun both getting dressed up. I love doing photo competitions, so all of our friends are taking cool Halloween pictures. We've got an open theme competition this year, and I forgot that last year we did Halloween photo competitions, and your entries were always so amazing, and I was really glad to see your terrifying entry that you did this time around.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about it, because I didn't recognise it.
Oh, right, no, it was just
cool.
do you know, I was looking for, this is a bit morbid, I was looking for blood in the design portal.
Yeah.
And then I just happened to scroll by the outfits, and then I seen this outfit and it was all bloody. It was a nurse's outfit, and I said, you know what, I'm going to wear that because I've got a nurse's cap, and I think I'd given a nurse's cap that week. But obviously it had blood, so I ended up having a bloody face, and then I put some wings on because Kix was here. So it's like angel wings, because the nurses are all angels, but not this one.
Oh, so it's not like a reference to a movie or anything?
No, I just made it up.
Okay. Oh, God, that's really brilliant. It's like this terrifying blood-soaked nurse in the kind of like a spooky Halloween scene.
Yeah, it was foggy. I think I was playing one early one morning, and it hadn't been played that early for ages, so it was foggy. So I was like, you know, I'm going to take some pictures while I'm here. And I just forgot all about that one.
No, I loved it.
Until the competition, I'm going to put it on. I've not been to Harves. I've got a couple of ideas to do for Harves.
Awesome.
This is why I've got this outfit on, actually. I meant to change, but this is my cat burglar outfit.
Cool. Because your villagers always tell me how much you're into horror. I just assumed that picture was like a horror movie that I didn't know, because last year you did a few horror characters, which were really cool.
I did a few references to some horror movies last year. To be honest, I think I'm excited for Halloween, and I have been excited for Halloween, but see, since the update, all I can think about is after October the 31st now. So I know what you mean. Yeah. I don't think I've gave it as much as I would have if I never had that update, because I just feel like, not that I want Halloween to be over, because I do enjoy it and I can't wait to see all the villagers out and Jack, but at the same time I also want it to be November.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But in a way, I'm really happy that I have this to kind of...
tide you over?
Yeah, just to take care of my attention, because obviously it was quite inspiring, made me want to play the game a lot more, but if there hadn't been something to do, then it would have been kind of maybe a bit frustrating. So having Halloween to look forward to and decorate for is really cool. And it also means that for the first couple of days of November, there's going to be lots of clearing up to do, and then there's going to be lots of kind of space to fill. So I'm loving it, and I can't wait to see all the little guys in their costumes on Sunday. We had a lovely KK show this past week. On Saturday, we had me and Biscuit and Mary all sat down and watched, I think we watched Welcome Horizons, actually. That was really lovely. And finally got Mary's photo after getting like 20 or 30 items of questionable headwear. She finally gave me her photo this week, which was lovely.
Have you checked it yet?
Oh no, I always forget that. I put it outside her dance floor. So I'm still just waiting for that moment to get a picture of her dancing on her dance floor. And now she'll have a picture there, which will be just even more fitting for her. I did actually see Ursula having a dance on Mary's dance floor this week, which was incredibly cute.
Are they neighbours?
But I've not... next house over, I think.
Oh, right.
I think Lolly's in between the two of them. How about you? Did you get any photos this week?
No, none this week. I've only had... I had 3 the other week, and the rest of the villagers are really new, so I've not been expecting any soon.
Oh yeah, you got like 4 new ones.
Yeah, I've got 4
recently,
new ones
haven't
now,
you?
which is good, because at one point when I got that campsite visitor Caesar, I think I had 6 people to choose from, which was quite good.
That's amazing, yeah.
But I think he ended up accepting without playing a game, but I'd already played games with him, like see when he offers you shirts and things. I won a couple of them, and then he said he wanted to move, and then he refused because I don't know, he was busy or he didn't want to leave things back home. And then I asked him again, and then he just said, yeah, I've just phoned resident services. So
Ideal.
but he did pick Blair, which was, I could have quit, but do you know what, I don't know who would have picked next. It could have been Tabby.
Sure.
And then I'd have had to play that game. So I was just taking the win while I had it. So no new photos for a while for me. Although I have been visiting Jay and Doc like every day, because I've done a bit of time travelling, but I've been making sure I've been gifting them.
Excellent.
But Doc, he was crafting the other day, and he had his workbench away from the wall. I don't know if you've ever noticed them. I've never seen any villagers have their workbench away from the wall. It's usually like flush against the wall.
Yeah.
It conveniently blocked the way to the toilet. He's got a toilet in his room, so I don't know if that was intentional, just so that visitors don't use it.
I don't know if I saw in his house yet, did I?
He's got like a library, not a library, I think more like a study, because he's got like experiments going. He seems like a wee mad scientist, but then he's a lazy, so I don't think it fits with his personality. Well, that's quite bad to say, but the normal lazies, well, I suppose Barrow's got kind of a weird house.
Maybe he's making sweets.
Possibly, yeah. Because I'm thinking Biscuit's like got a good lazy house. And I remember Joey had one as well, just with like a lounging about.
Playful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they could just have fun or just chill in. Whereas theirs seem like places of work, almost. But I do like it. And now that Daisy's gone, I can maybe repurpose some of her bookcases that I had out for her garden.
Cool.
For his garden, all he's got now is a train set, the autumn one, because it was in the shop, and I just never have a reason to use the train sets.
It's a nice item, isn't it? It's big though.
It is big, so I've just stuck it at the back of his garden because it's a toy, so he likes to play. I'm sure he likes to play it.
You'll have to show me his house, because I can't remember if we showed it off last week or not, or whether he just arrived.
Oh, I don't know if I did.
I don't remember it.
I probably didn't, because I think he would have just moved, not long moved in. And I don't know if it's just the time of year they're all outside. I find it hard to find in their house.
Just timing, isn't it?
Because I was going to say I haven't been in Jay's house, but I have been in Jay's house.
Oh yeah, we hadn't been in there last week.
Yeah.
'Cause we didn't get to see it last week.
Yeah, his is like just wood, like the wood. It looks like a wee wood. It looks like probably like what a nest would look like. A birdhouse would look like inside. So it's just like all
that
wooden.
sounds cool as well. Yeah.
I quite like it, especially at this time of year. So all I've gave him, apart from the fruits and pumpkin, is I've gave him some firewood just to add some more wood. So I'm going to need to have a wee think to see what else that I could add to it, because it looks really, really, really bare. but I'd like to add some things. I was going to give him a birdhouse, but I don't know how I would like that.
The bird house is a nice item. I don't like the bird cage item. I think that's horrible. It's funny that you should say about the workbench in the middle of the room, because I saw that this morning in one of my new villages. I've got 2 new villages this week as well, and they both have incredibly weird houses. The first one, the one who had his workbench out, was Julian.
Ah, Julian.
What a house.
His is amazing.
It's so cool. He has I think he's got cloud flooring and like cloud or whatever walls. So it's all kind of like weird and
Mystical.
like it's in the sky. And then he's just got all the Celeste furniture. So it's the zodiac sign furniture. So everything is like gold and like marble, and it's really fancy and impressive. And I got to go in his house for the first time this morning, and he had like his sort of blue workbench out in the middle of the room.
Oh, that's weird. I'd never noticed him before, but I don't know I can't remember what his house is exactly. Maybe he didn't want to ruin the aesthetic of it. He is fabulous. I'm so happy you got him.
He's so cool. Yeah.
I'm going to need to come say hi.
Yeah, it just worked out. The timing just worked out. Pearl asked to leave just at random, and I love Pearl, and she's been great. I've loved having her on my island. She had an amazing house, but I was very happy to let her go, and I'll look forward to making her a holiday, a post Re Albi home in paradise, happy home paradise. Oh, the fact that it's called Happy Home Paradise does kind of make it seem like they've died, right? That's not good.
No.
I might just keep calling it Happy Home rather than Paradise.
No, it means they went on a holiday to a paradise island, not dead.
Well, Paradise is like heaven, right?
No, a paradise is like somewhere like, I don't know, not heaven. I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, that's what the word means.
What means heaven?
Yeah.
I need to wait now to get my Oxford Dictionary out.
Anyway, I might just call it Happy Home anyway, so it doesn't make me think that all my ex-villages are literally ex-villages.
Oh my God.
Although,
sorry, I had to just I thought paradise.
oh, you did actually look it up in the dictionary.
I just Google it. How did I not know that meant heaven? I just thought it was like a nice, like, exotic, nice place. Like, well, maybe not just nice to you if you went to your sense of paradise, like somewhere. I didn't know it was heaven. Oh my God, I'm so uneducated. But that's so morbid now.
I think that they intend it to be used in the sense that it's like your dream island destination, but yeah.
Ah, right, okay.
Sorry, Sandi. Sorry to break it to you.
I know, you've just like wasted this game for me. I don't want to send any of my villagers.
It's funny though, Julian's home is like a weird heaven kind of place with all the celestial zodiac instruments.
No, I think it's quite fitting because what is he? He's like a unicorn. Maybe he's like a flying unicorn, so that's his home because he like flies and lives in the clouds. I think it's quite... That makes more sense than him going to heaven. Sorry.
He's really cool anyway, and it's great having a smug on the island. And he was like the first Julian that I ever met, and he's from a friend's island in the group, and someone's island that I haven't visited for months and months and months. So I was so happy when I got there and he remembered me. And while I was on that island, I got to say hi to Marshall that used to live on Re Albi.
Oh, nice.
And a few other friends as well that I hadn't seen for ages. And it's so nice when you go visiting and they remember you. It's really, really cool. So I was really happy to have a space for Julian on the right day.
That's nice that he's came from another friend's island.
It's great. And my other villager this week is Chief. So Chief was the one that I picked by amiibo because I'd arranged before with a friend of ours that Megan would go and live on their island.
Oh, nice.
When they had a space. So Megan moved this week. And it was really lovely to keep her in the group as well because she's been on 2 other friends' islands now. So she's had four different islands within our friends, which is amazing.
Oh, nice. It's so nice when you go into another island and you forget that they were on your island and they like say hello to you.
Yeah, it's great. It's cool getting Chief though. I picked him from my amiibo folder, which is great having a smug and a cranky move into the island. It kind of really changes the dynamic. And have you seen Chief's house? Chief's house is really weird.
No, but he's a cranky, so I'm not surprised but is it weirder than Rocco's and Butchie's house?
Yeah, it's kind of similar. Like, it's got the graffiti wall. So straight away I was like, well, that's kind of quite youthful and feels a bit weird because I always imagine the crankies being a bit older.
Yeah.
But it's basically like a jumble sale, like a car boot sale. So it's got like a rug laid out in the middle with just various random items on it. Like there's a KK record and, just some other bits and pieces. And then in one corner, there's like loads of rubbish bags and a rubbish bin. And yeah, it's just kind of like full of junk. It's really, really odd.
I don't think I've seen Chief's house.
But when you look at Chief, he's like this really handsome wolf. He's like got this kind of like sweater over knotted over the shoulder look.
All right, I've just had to look.
He's a bit fancy, right?
Yeah.
But then you see his house and he's like living in a car boot sale.
Do you know what? He looks like an artist of some sort. He's got his painting set out and he's got things that like old records and jewellery and stuff selling. Maybe he's like, I don't know.
I thought it was really bizarre.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Especially for a cranky.
But he's my new next door neighbour. I'm looking forward to getting to know him anyway. Both my new guys.
And maybe he's related to Red. Like,
it could be, yeah. Just
like
distant cousins.
Yeah. I'm not saying wolves and foxes are related, but his colouring is more fox-like. Yeah, he looks like a male version of Oddie.
Yeah, he does a bit, yeah.
Maybe not as the same colouring, but exactly. Oh yeah, I can't wait to meet your new villagers. Some characters there.
It was so nice to have a bit of a change because, well, Mary's was the last photo of everybody, so I had everybody's photo. There hadn't been much change for a while. And nobody had asked to leave for ages apart from Shari and Ketchup had recently, but they're not allowed to leave because I want them to stay. But that was why I talked about scanning some amiibos in. So it's nice to have some new people, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I can't wait to get a chance to decorate once Halloween's over. I've just stuck some Halloween stuff out their houses. I've not been to see their houses actually, and that'll be helpful.
Oh, I could go and have a little look around some houses when we finished here, because
yeah,
maybe Caesar will be in and you can have a look at his.
He was out and about before I opened the gate, so he might have went back in. That would be good, just to at least see his house, so I can get some idea of what to put outside it. But other than that was a bit from Re Albi. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, other than that, that's about it for me.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to trick-or-treating now.
Well, I can't wait to see what all of your Halloween decorations are like. We will wait and do trick-or-treating before I won't spoil it for myself.
Yeah, we need to wait till Halloween night, be a wee bit more spookier.
Yeah.
With Jack running about. Are you going to wear your Jack costume again at Halloween?
I am. I've got it on my wand already.
I haven't put it on my wand, but I've got a space for it, but I hadn't put it out yet. Because I just loved last year when we were all running about together with our Jack costumes on. That was just made me laugh so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah. Well, it's been lovely catching up, Sandi. Thanks for having me over.
Thanks for visiting.
And thanks everyone for joining us. As always, amazing to have you watching along, listening along, and joining in our little corner of Animal Crossing. Actually, well, if you would like to carry on hanging out with us, as we mentioned earlier, we've got a competition going on our Discord for best Halloween picks. So if you want to pop along and join our Discord, it's open to anyone that's nice. Come along and say hi. And you can see us in all the usual places on the net as well. We're on Twitter and Instagram and on our website. And we're also on Patreon if you want to support the podcast. But that's it for now. Thanks, Sandi.
Thanks, Luke. Bye, Luke. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.